then I guess we can begin. So, 3, 2, 1, go! And with that, we are off for the first game of the day.
Oh, there you
Countryside segment.
We'll learn a lot about how they first, if they get these voice line skips in this drive, we'll show a lot about how prepared they are.
Oh yeah, like Countryside.
And
the thing with Countryside is that it is very, very optimized. Like, tiny things can make a huge difference here.
Yep, and Ven already missed out on getting the voice line skip, rather the Wade Knox skip where he walks into the truck. So it's just those little things really add up quick over the course of this segment. I'm not surprised that Ven chose this when they were between Let's Play and Countryside, as this is the easier category, so they're probably more comfortable with it.
Yeah, very correct. Especially with Blitzplay being so long, which means that Wolf has a longer time to showcase his skill, basically, because Wolf is going to be better in just gameplay. But like in a shorter segment, if Wolf makes a mistake, it might already be like
too late to come back from it.
Basically, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Ven getting spun around by the car.
Hopefully they can stick with it. Ven is a console player too, so that's
yes, correct.
It's not a bad thing, but it's definitely tougher to run. I was watching some of the runs this morning, and it feels very controller-like. Oh man, more issues getting in there. Wolf's already in the truck ahead, doing a good job of staying on the sides for that perfect speed area where you're not fully in the deep dirt, but getting the curb boost on the side. This crazy game where you have to be in the correct type of dirt.
Yeah, actually.
I will say, you know, I'm surprised Ven didn't go for third way or doing some other more mini-game section. Oh no.
Flipping the truck around.
Oh no.
Wade obviously fell out of the truck as well. He's kind of
having trouble
stuck
rolling
on his roof right now.
They're not committing to one side or another. They'll roll back over.
Yeah.
Commit, one way or the other. The game is nice about this. There you go.
Oh, he failed. He abandoned the van, the biker van.
Well, they'll have quite a bit to catch up. We'll see if Wolf gets ahead of the truck on the jump or the van. I know you guys always talk about this doesn't save too much time, but you gotta do it.
It still saves some time, and it straight up scores a 10 out of 10 on the cool strat scale.
They did a good job of staying around for the corner for a bit longer, which helps. Do you ever see anyone even attempt to stay around longer on that left corner? Have you guys tested that much?
I usually, like on good attempts, I can make it all the way to where the small road branches off.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one that goes to the tunnel.
Yep.
But further than that is already by... Oh, Ven again.
Ooh, Ven, driving issues. I'm surprised to see... their driving I saw earlier was not as messy. Oh, Wade. Oh, doing the thing again.
Like, I really wonder how no game tester even noticed that Wade does this.
I almost feel like it's intentional, to be honest. I think that's a feature, not a bug. Alright, Wolf doing the shootout. So far, so good. Just hitting the NPCs in the right order to take them out.
Big shot from the back. He's actually got
he's taking a fair bit of damage. Missing the truck a fair bit. He's gonna have to use quite a bit of power here to possibly keep himself alive.
Is he going to do a new strat here? No, he's not. There's a new strat here where you basically... Two enemies don't spawn, the two guys on the bike, the last two guys, they don't spawn if you stand in a very specific spot. Mm-hmm. And he did not do the strat though. Actually falls over! No stamina. Yeah.
Did the green tank blow up early? Oh, he's trying to kill himself for lack of stamina now, I think.
Can you even do that?
Yeah, it takes forever though. I think he was just...
Okay, now he's found the...
He's found it eventually. I think he blew up the green, the normal tank by accident, which is why he had to find that backup tank.
Yeah.
Which is funny because there was another tank right in front of him that was blue. He didn't go for it, but he went for this red one instead. Mm-hmm. Either way, he's got a ton of free time. You know, those are the kind of mistakes that Ven would hope for, but Ven's made too many of their own so far, so they're going to need a lot more of those from Wolf.
Yeah, speaking of Ven,
go ahead.
Also making...
There he is.
Let's wake him up.
Yeah,
We'll get
go ahead.
synchronized soon. I was gonna make a really bad joke about Ven. Is 5th place in Google Solitaire on the speedrun leaderboard, so I feel like anything with, you know, it's a shame they aren't using mouse movement, because that's where they're probably more of an expert.
Wait, what? Google
5th in Google Solitaire, I don't know, it's a speedrun.
Google
On the
Solitaire,
website.
okay. Okay. Speaking of
Figured
Ven, let's see
minigames
the
would be better for
shootout.
them.
I think he gets the
Lots of power to keep it safe with console. Because
Should
you're
have
so
picked
much
Bureau
slower.
rate then, actually.
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
hacking.
yeah. That would have been the one.
Yes, Ven is indeed on console. Oh, also gets hit over by the truck. Actually, Trevor doesn't quite want to stand up there.
Luckily, they haven't lost too much health yet, so they're gonna be okay
Yeah.
still.
calling me a bullshit.
They're a little
Meanwhile,
far
Wolf
behind
already.
in terms of where they should be at the point in the shootout, but I guess it doesn't matter. They'll spawn when they move up.
Something is going to happen. It's going to.
You can even see with controller, like, it just takes longer to look away from that explosion to get the time ramp gone.
Oh yeah.
If I say I'm fucking dead, then fucking dead I am.
Also activates the power here so that the two enemies
10 years time.
basically die with one shot
Wow.
more easily, I guess.
Michael fucking Townley, yes it is.
You're not
Because
guaranteed a
Earth's power-
headshot with auto aim, so the power makes it easier
Yeah.
too.
Brad was the other one.
They're again looking for somewhere to explode. No, they need to kill more enemies still.
Ron.
They're not flashing yet. They're
Meanwhile, Wolf has already finished the mission. He's now in the unskippable cutscene.
yeah, they've got a pretty simple drives over to the start of the mission and over to the house. I forget the name of the mission because it's been so long. I'm terrible.
TPI.
TPI. That's
Trevor
the
Lives
one.
Industries, yeah.
Yes.
Ven still in the shootout. Let's take out
They're
some
really
more enemies.
struggling to kill enough. They need to kill the two enemies behind. I think those bikers have never spawned or something. Yeah, there they go now. They can blow themselves up to return to the truck.
Yeah, Wolf already arriving at the start of TPI. Quite a clean job from his side.
You're still banned.
Wolf is one of those. This match doesn't seem to be a struggle, but they're one. I don't know how well known they are, but they seem to be one of those underdogs where they're not talked about much, but they've got good times and shown solid improvement over the past year. I mean, they were 7th in last year's tournament, but their times have improved greatly, and they're like what, top 5 in 4 categories.
Yeah, that's correct. Wolf is really an underdog, actually. Especially with the type of bracket that Wolf is going to go up against. He might actually be a decent shot for prize pool.
Do you know who's he possible up against next?
If he wins this match, he's going to go up against me.
Oh. Yeah, so you should
Yeah.
be watching this quite a bit and
Yeah.
knowing which ones to ban. I was looking and I'm not surprised that they play country almost in that because it's not one of their strongest, but it seems that their Trevor percent is the weakest, so I'll be interested to see if Wolf keeps that banned themselves.
Yeah. We're going to find out at some time next week.
Assuming there isn't a big upset and he doesn't make any major mistakes.
Yeah, no audio bugs, no game crashes, no anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Ven with a little crash.
It's tough to get turned around right there with the hill. It's easy to not turn tight enough and hit those trees.
Yeah, very true. Also, the rocks can mess you up, actually. When you drive over them.
Yeah, yep. Wolf hitting all the marks on the shots here, killing everyone as they spawn properly. He's going to look to kill this last car and blow himself up on it to get the quicker respawn. Oh, use the bike, that's fine too.
Yeah, pretty clean shootout, I would say.
I have no doubt. Yep, they're hitting all the marks, letting them get out of the cars before killing them. And we'll see how they do on getting the voice lines. Ooh, misses the
Oh,
blue
missed
car.
the shot.
That might mess up their voice lines a little bit. Yeah.
No, he's fine. He still he still had to wait a
was-
little bit for Chef's dialogue to finish, but at least he didn't get Trevor's.
Yep. Works out.
Oh, Ven with a little spin.
On console, you can't turn down your graphics, so it's hard to know which bushes are going to spin you and which ones are just going to let you drive through. So that's something that
Exactly.
another disadvantage they're having to deal with.
I also want to point out how many more bushes there even are on Ven's screen compared to Wolf's.
Yeah. And it's funny that the console is the one who has to have more screw bushes, even though they've got the weaker processing. Poor guys.
Yeah. Okay, Wolf has already made his way to the next mission, I was wrong.
I gotta swing by ammunition. Go to Sandy Shores
Which has had
Airfield,
quite a
check it
few
out.
new strats recently, actually. We just got a new route for the flight a few days ago. There's one strat, I wonder if it's gonna go for that with the grenade launcher.
I'll come in your ear when I get a hold
I
of
was
you.
not aware of that. Be interested to see.
Yeah, you'll see. Meanwhile, Ven... Oh, doing some bowling right there with the pedestrians.
How you feel about brand synergy? That's the rifle I need.
Making their way to TPI.
That's the chestnut. Get that look off your face. I know you sold Cletus's gun and he ain't got
Wolf
free
seemed to be
brain
very
cells.
safe in buying things there. It's not the quickest menuing I've seen, but it was
Run, I got
very...
the gun.
It felt
We
very
need the
deliberate,
water
like,
tower
okay,
just
got
north
this,
of the
got this, like they're
airfield.
reading a checklist off the wall or something.
Of course there are. Two planes are
I'm
touching
still
down at the
expecting to
field
see
on a
people go for the
weapons
jump
run.
up onto the side, but now with that ladder, there's just no point. Oh, well, they did hit the
Appropriate
tree, but that's not the worst of things.
Here, I don't see the hardware, but I do see a hell of a lot of
Oh,
bikers.
one,
Hardware's not here
two,
yet. I'm coming
gonna
up.
reset,
Up here.
3,
We gotta wait till you
Yes, to run into
and
it.
they're just gonna go up normally, having a little
Yeah.
trouble with the ladder jump.
Really?
Normally they would go flying off the top of that ladder.
And this is the new strat that I was talking about earlier. I wonder if he's going to do it.
Oh yes, to skip
time is
to
right.
move Ron
Go
forward
on,
quicker.
my son.
So they're going to be looking...
Perfect.
That was very clean. They actually launched it. So my memory of what you guys told me is when in the top left, you see the little
The ATV
marker
can only take you so
is when
far.
it's safe
Park
to
it
put
and don't
to
let 'em
blow them up.
spot
He
ya.
actually shot it before that marker came up. So they were very
Yeah.
secure. Very assured of when they
Wouldn't
launched that.
believe this, Ron. One of these
Okay, and
assholes
while
having
Wolf
a
is already
seizure or
sniping the
something.
enemies, Ven is now on the TPI shootout. The explosion looked very high res.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must be PS4 then. There's no way an Xbox could do this.
Oh,
By the
that's a nice
tower,
banter.
taken care of.
I'm just saying, the Xbox, the GTA looks like crap on the Xbox.
Keep it moving.
The shootout isn't too bad on, most of the shootout, like these style shootouts aren't too bad on controller because everything's kind of coming at you. It's more the shootouts where you have to be more precise are the tough ones.
They're gonna see that guy you shot.
I already shot the lights, so you can calm
Ooh, actually you were wrong. Ven is on Xbox One.
Ah, darn.
Oh.
As I said it, I was like, you know what? I thought I saw Xbox prompts. I've always thought that I'm kind of watching, the screen's kind of crap through Discord, but I've always thought it looks worse on Xbox. Oh, maybe it's a Series X. They too get the
no,
good
it's-
skip,
it's-
so they're hitting their marks in the shootouts at least. Assuming they recovered from their tough drives earlier.
Guy's on his way.
Let's see how they do on these voice lines.
Down he goes.
Oh,
I got you in my sights.
Wait, what?
Power
Get a
Rangers for
move on and
safety.
Plant that bomb on the gas tank.
New car.
Kill, Trevor. Can you
Oh,
get your
they don't go for the
sights
explosion on the second car,
Come on,
which is
man.
going to...
it's just driving off casually.
that's weird. Yeah, not too bad. Wolf getting started for their next shootout pretty soon. Gonna see if they make the ever important motorcycle and then helicopter shot. I always like to see this one.
Dang it. Just keep a lookout.
Everyone's got their own little
And?
personal marks they go for, and perfect. Oh,
I actually missed
second
the
on
helicopter
helicopter,
shot,
not
yeah.
too bad.
Planted rock. They know they're being attacked.
Going to be getting the guy on the watchtower, then blowing up the gas station, and then taking out everyone but one.
They went to
I
very
never
close
quite
to the explosion.
memorized the exact spawns for these guys, although I'm sure you can get used to it. Oh no, that's what Ven wants to see. They drove a little too fast. So they were
Straight into the
trying to
road
jump
for-
off for voice line skips. Oh. Some extra practice on this mission now. They were way too far forward when they jumped off, man.
Yeah. I mean, this shootout is very important actually because the enemies. Well, what you said, like you never memorize the enemy spawns. I also never memorized that because they usually move around quite a lot.
Yeah, they kind of all start in the same spot, just move randomly, so it's hard to predict. So it does make it a tough shootout. So we'll have to keep an eye on Ven when they get to it. Ven, now, oh man, it looks so painful to go through the menuing on console there.
Yeah, and something else about console is that Ven did buy the tear gas grenade,
I saw that.
which
Did
is
they
going to
miss
be.
something? Or
What do you mean? No, I was gonna say that it's going to be very interesting to see the Crystal Maze strat on console.
is it tough to throw that while running, I imagine?
Yeah, I think
Or
it's
what's
pretty
the
difficult.
difficulty? Yeah, because you have to move your hands around quite a bit.
Also, are they going to go for the ladder launch
One.
without locked FPS?
Get me to my plane,
Oh, I
Ron.
can't quite nail it. One more
Really?
try.
Taking a big loop. Oh,
Oh, there
got
we
it,
go.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Does something that Wolf couldn't. Wolf gave it 4 shots and then gave up. Like the call out Galabo saying the ladder launch doesn't work, Keck W. Yeah. Keck W yourself. Going for the grenade strat too. They take it very safe, waiting for that text prompt to come up before launching it. But that's still time save over waiting for Braun to drive over normally. So you said
Fair
something
enough.
about a new plane route. Are we going to see that from Wolf here?
We will see. The new plane route is basically just to maximize the area, like to just maximize how far you can cut the circle, basically.
I feel safe.
On the long left turn coming up.
Exactly.
Got it.
Only 2 places this kind of hardware
And this new
is
route was kind
gonna
of
go.
pioneered by Unnamed, who just looked into the
To our Canadian cousins,
who just looked into it some more and
sending them.
figured out how close you can actually go.
Yeah, the longest time we just kind of had these points that it worked, and I don't think anyone cared enough to push it. And it was such a pain in the butt to test. So, proud to a name for actually going through and figuring out if there's more you can cut.
Fly that plane into a mountain.
Gigajet.
I'll definitely want to watch Ven go for the motorcycle shot in about a minute here too. That's, I feel like that's not as bad on console because you can set up your shot and just have it ready to go, since that's how we do it on PC too.
I think it does the worst strats to go for on console.
Did you say worse strats?
Like there's more difficult strats compared to PC and console.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those strats that's still pretty similar compared to other
Yep.
stuff.
Ooh, missing the
Yeah,
shots a
the-
few times here. I think, nope, still alive. They need to get that third person. There they go. One more on the tower.
And get better at
Left
it,
side.
or fly through a barn.
There you go.
It might do.
And look back at Ron for the voice lines. There you go.
Yeah, but I also wanted to point out is that Wolf did not cut the circle as much as he could have.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked pretty normal, so something new
Yeah.
they have about.
Mexico. Yeah, guy in the boat is Oscar Guzman. He's in with the cartels.
Okay, motorcycle shot coming up on Ven soon.
We might be able to buy into Oscar's thing, but leave that to me, Ron.
I'm sorry to ask this, but does your
I'm holding my breath.
pay well for this kind of shipment? Because I've got those lawyer fees.
Got it, nicely done. That's a good setup.
Yeah, very
Taking
nice.
their time on the helicopter.
He pays better than any in
One
this
miss,
sorry
2
country.
miss.
That's good to hear, man.
Oh.
We'll talk about the exact split when we're grounded, okay?
Okay, and then back over the Wolf to watch the plane land. They came in very fast. They kind
It
of
was a
died
rough
the last
landing.
second. Yeah. They're pretty slowed down safely for this pull-in, though, so not scary at all. Playing it safe by not carrying their speed.
Oh, Ven!
Oh!
No!
My eyes looked back at Ven, and I'm like, they are really close to that gas tank. I think they realized it themselves and started backing up, and then just didn't wait long
Yeah.
enough.
They
Oh,
just kept
painful.
on shooting.
For all the pain Ven's had over the past few minutes now, we can at least, they PB'd Blitz play this morning, but they did PB by 10 minutes, which does give you an idea of how much room for improvement they have. But, you know, if they keep playing, they've got the fundamentals there, especially for console.
Dropping very low here, actually.
Yeah. Gonna
Actually
jump
getting
off.
off the bike. I mean the ATV.
ATV. much easier to shoot, and you can still get on the plane all the same.
Yeah.
Now remind me, why do they look back running to the plane? What's the difference between looking forward?
Because you would soft lock if you looked forward.
Yeah. Yes. That would be a very good reason.
I don't
to
know
do
if
that.
on foot as well, but on the ATV.
On the ATV, okay.
Meanwhile, Wolf already making his way to the second to last mission of the segment, that being Crystal Maze.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
almost
the biggest
buggy
mistake
moment.
they've made in a while. So, it's going pretty well for them when that's like a moment of us to go, whoa.
Yeah.
That is how Countryside goes. It's very similar to San Andreas has Badlands, which is a very similar
yeah.
segment. So I've always compared them in my mind to like it's good entry segments that come after the city section where it's very dense. They're kind of just play the game and here's the strats. So for new players, it's very good for that reason.
Also, I'm not quite sure about the whole San Andreas speedrun, but isn't like the first segment also just about an hour?
It's about an hour. It takes place within the city, and it does most of the core strats of the game. It's very similar in that way for both of them.
Is it Badlands afterwards? Like directly
Badlands
after?
comes after. It's literally the same thing, but besides switching character, you're basically exiled from the main city for about an hour in terms of gameplay.
That's what I know too. Like because of like this whole setup stuff of like, was it called Crash or something like that? Like this whole stuff. Like then that one guy's in prison and whatnot. I don't know. Like all I know from literally all I know from San Andreas is stories from English band videos.
Yep. That pretty much is how it comes about. It's very funny how similar it is.
Yeah.
Alright, Crystal Maze, always nice to watch this part. Lots of activity in a few seconds. Wolf's gonna look to park in the correct spot where the buggy will be placed as he exits. I've seen a few interesting parking spots over the course of this tournament, so it's nice to see him going for the proper one this time.
Yeah.
Really didn't have to turn the power on until late there. He very lucky with them not shooting him. And then he'll be dropping the tear gas instead of the grenade, as it does the required little bit of damage just as well. Again, very confident to not get rapid fired there with how late he's turning on the power. But that's the way I'd play it too.
What Wolf actually didn't there... Okay, let me try again. What Wolf actually did not do there is he did not jump indoors, which is usually faster, even in this house.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
I haven't seen that too much. Maybe I haven't noticed it.
That's critique on a very high level already.
I'm surprised that jumping's faster compared to just running, because you have pretty good speed with sprint in there. I haven't watched Ven's... They're taking a very wide route here in the airplane. Definitely could tighten it. You know, we were talking about Wolf tightening up the circle with Unname's new routes. They could definitely tighten up the flying here a little bit more on Ven's side.
Something that's also worth noting is that Ven is actually on PB pace for the segment.
That's good.
Yeah.
They are, like I said earlier, lots of room for improvement. So it's literally just a matter of playing, watch someone else do it, play it again, watch someone else do it, and you will but you know, 25% faster in the span of a month or so.
Yeah. Actually, we've got a pretty nice discussion going in the chat about the vehicle physics in GTA 4. What's your opinion on that?
GTA 4, I enjoyed as a casual player, but I would not want to speedrun it. That's the way I think about it. I very much enjoyed it, just doing it on my own.
Same actually, I played through GTA 4 and the DLCs a couple of times casually, but I don't dare to speedrun it.
And yeah, motorcycles are terrible on GTA 4. I will agree with that.
Yeah.
I will actually say they're bad. It is FPS related though. All right, real. Oh,
Ven.
Ben.
almost-
Oh, thank
Oh.
goodness it didn't blow up. I was about to say we should watch them landing, and then you got me thinking about 4. Luckily, they get into the hangar without issue. Wolf throws all the grenades properly, or ski
Beautiful
bombs
by
rather.
Wolf.
Los
Yeah.
Santos, here we come.
Very nicely done. They have just the drive left, and we'll be done with the segment.
Yeah, one
Not
long
expecting
drive
too
left.
much more.
No
Yeah.
more. Let's go find my old buddy.
Still quite a few jumps left to do, though, which
Yeah.
can definitely mess you up.
He didn't piss me off. The guys that killed him, the federal
There's not too much to this drive besides that, though. Is it really doesn't have brake boosting in this buggy,
Yeah.
especially because of the route being so off-road.
The pertinent
Oh wow, they
question,
cut it close to
who
that
is
tree.
this guy using my dead friend's tired-ass movie quotes? With my
Audio,
dead friend's
audio soft
alias
lock in
and
chat.
my
Hopefully
dead
not going to
friend's
see that
family?
like we did yesterday. I forget who the runners were, but
Wait, really?
yeah, there was nearly a giant lead lost in third way last night. They had luckily they had autosaves on.
I did not know it happened. I was working yesterday. Wow.
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
Lube up your eye hole, fucker, 'cause I'm gonna fuck your
We'll fill you in on the details after this match then.
I'm about ready to
Okay.
turn you into roadkill.
It looks like Ven has the lower camera settings on too, which personally not a fan of.
Oh.
Oh, yep. And that's partially why you just have a better. I think it gives you worse judgment of what's coming up. They cut one pole too early.
Can you tell me a story?
Yeah, it's always very interesting to see how back in the day, and I'm talking about like way back in the day, like decap times, they
Yeah,
were all running with low camera.
yeah.
This is the place.
It feels like people didn't even realize that was in the options till like 2017.
So, this is Los Santos.
I guess it is.
Oh, small
Got some
spin
more
for Ven.
trouble
But
judging which bushes are going to cause issues and which won't.
San Andreas.
best
There's so
part
many
the
of them.
state.
Yeah.
Like actually.
So,
Floyd ain't around here. What are you doing?
Los Santos. The
Okay, and
city of
Wolf now
shit.
starting the last drive of the
Where
segment.
else would he be?
It's Vespucci Beach.
Got some nice jumps coming up. Always little things you
Will
can
you
do to
tell me
them.
the story?
You know, I just
wonder
realized
if
no
it's
one's
gonna-
really.
Trisha?
There's a jump coming up. Oh, okay. That's unlucky. He got the barrier stuck in the wheel. That's kind of something you can't.
Yeah.
You can just hope doesn't happen. There was this silly jump I was doing where instead of turning left here, you would go straight onto the lower road. Is no one doing that because it's slower or because
doing that.
it's stupid? Oh, you do it?
I'm doing it and I love it.
Okay, good. I'm really glad someone's still doing it.
That's terrible.
It was.
Comparatively large mistake with a little crash there from Wolf. Not a problem in this car because it doesn't really take damage. No,
Go
he's
on,
taking
Wolf.
the left instead of going for the jump.
Yeah.
Under a bridge.
Sad.
That's cool. What was the troll's name?
Darn. Yeah, that saves like what, 2 seconds? If
Oh,
you-
Ven.
oh,
A lady troll?
Ven going for a jump he didn't want to go for. They didn't want to go for, sorry.
No, he was a boy.
I think more actually, more like 4 to 5 seconds I think.
Poor boy.
Really? Okay.
This was a
If you get a really clean one.
I'm going to hopefully revolutionize getting more people to do that again because I think it's really fun to watch.
We're near Floyd
I've been
Town.
trying for a
I see
long
it on
time.
the icon map. I'll give you directions.
Yeah, I thought you said 45 seconds at first.
No, 4 to 5.
Yeah, it's just funny the way he said it. It was 45.
No. Doesn't the jump mess up the dialogue at the end? I don't think so. I think I'm getting just the same dialogue ING at the end here. Speaking of that, Wolf got some good dialogue ING. Oh, but he messed it up. He didn't run all the way to the top, so he still had to watch
Yeah.
this small thing. And that's Wolf finished.
Speaking of interesting parking, like I mentioned earlier, Ven parking a bit farther away than they need to just makes for a slightly longer run. I think the buggy will end up in the right spot. They actually were running slow enough and long enough that they had to turn on the power really early. They should have enough power as long as they don't take too long. They'll get down here just fine, though.
Yeah, big GG's for Wolf. The winner of the first match of today. With a finishing time of 28 minutes and 40 seconds in Countryside.
Yeah, you can see some of the issues with navigating the menu and getting things thrown. Looks like they got it pretty quick, though, for console. So not bad at all. Just gonna safety power for a long time here. Not bad from Ven. Not bad. Oh, where's the buggy? Maybe they did park in too weird of a spot.
Yeah,
Looks
and
like they have
that's
to go ATV.
very bad.
That's interesting
Let's
because I
see.
saw someone park in the barn yesterday and it was fine, and they were just outside of it.
In
Weird.
the barn?
Yeah, maybe not yesterday.
Interesting.
I think it was last week. It was another console runner. So there's something about
Mhm.
that barn and consoles that they're attracted to each other.
Let's see if Ven, small issue with the fence. Let's see
Yeah,
if
the
they're going
ATV
to
doesn't
get
have to
the
wait.
let's see if they're going to get the NMS buggy spawn, the views in NMS. Oh, nice jump. Spins them around though.
What were you saying about buggy spawn? I'm not familiar with this.
In NMS nowadays we do a new route where we cab from the end of Nervous Run to Crystal Maze, and then we take the cab for Crystal Maze. We drive into the house instantly, and then we take the ATV, and then there is a pre-spawned dune buggy at a gas station on this small road, and we
Oh,
take that one.
so they would go left here to grab the buggy first?
I mean, it's not left; it's just a normal route.
Oh, okay.
And then on the right side, on the normal route, there's the buggy spawn. It saves like around 20 seconds, I would say.
I have a feeling they're not going to be aware of that, and probably just going to end up in Trevor's truck or the SUV here. Yeah.
Oh, but that SUV is horrible, actually.
Yes. It seems like it's pretty quick, but off road it just bogs down so
Yeah.
much. It cannot go up hills.
Where are your people at in Los Santos?
It's just my cousin there, Floyd. He's bunked in with his girl.
I can see them maybe going for switching something they see on the road though during the course of this drive.
What's your stop?
Family's important.
Good call, actually, yeah.
As important as the man that's employed.
That's another huge thing. I saw in some other runs there were some questionable switches just with people who aren't familiar enough with the cars. Because even then, it's that constant thing. Oh, that's a faster car. Yeah, but you're driving it for about 10 more seconds. It's not worth switching.
Yeah. Especially back in the day, we used to do that a lot. Like I still
Yes.
remember there was this strat where you would, like after chop, you would go to Franklin's old house, grab the bullet, and then go for complications.
Yep.
So, do we want to
Yes.
pull the wolf in already?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there we go. Hello, wolf.
Welcome back.
Yo.
Pretty normal countryside run. We were saying you had there was this time you were in the buggy and you hit a fence, and I'm like, that's one of the biggest mistakes they've made in this run. So I was
Yeah.
saying that's kind of how countryside is for someone a bit more experienced.
Yeah, except for what happened to Mr. Phillips.
Yeah. Remind me what happened. My brain's already forgotten because I'm bad.
The stamina stuff.
I
Oh,
just haven't
yes.
done that shootout in a long time. And
Yeah.
normally I just muscle memory it and couldn't do it there.
Oh,
Yep.
when?
Then going a bit
Oh.
wide. This is another thing on controller is very tough. This is actually a section I would switch the keyboard for, even getting those
Really?
throws while steering. Yeah. Yeah,
No
you
short shifting for once.
yeah. And it doesn't matter too much when you're off road already at a constant speed. I'd switch back
Yeah.
the controller for this drive. Wolf, did you accidentally blow up the green tanker too during your
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that
And then
you took a while.
Yeah, I still shot. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Are you aware, does that blue tanker, there was a blue tanker you were standing next to, does that blow up, or is
I-
that just visual?
I never tried. I have no idea.
Yeah, I saw you just went for the red one for safety, and I'm like, yeah, I can understand doing that. Red in video games always means explosion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my dead friend's family.
Yeah, we can see how slow this vehicle is, especially in the rain, and especially
Oh.
if they're gonna get it in the air too much.
I'll show you a fucking mindfuck. I'm gonna stick my boy in your eye.
Yeah, a few people in chat are like, "Oh my goodness, throwing those on controller." Yeah, it's tough because you got to pre-aim. You're driving, so you got to think about where it's gonna go more than console, more than keyboard.
Actually, Baron, did you used to do the deep inside, like after getting into the JP700, did you switch to keyboard for shooting the guys? Or not?
Yes, yeah. Pretty much any
Okay.
shooting was always done on a keyboard. I was very quick with my switches to and from controller. Got a
Yeah, okay.
fat lap. I don't know. Like it really became easier when I got the Xbox Elite controller because it's ribbed for your gaming pleasure. So it's easier to throw it down onto your jeans or whatever, and it just sits there for you.
But you do have to wear something now, right? Like,
What?
You do have to wear pants though, because like they would just slide off otherwise.
Well, let's. My stream is stopped. Oh, there it goes again. I don't know if that's lagging for everyone. Let's check. I mean, no, I'm pretty. No. The things I do for science. That's definitely what this is. No, I'm pretty sure the Xbox. I mean, the Elite controller would definitely sit on my bare skin. Without throwing. That said, I always wore shorts because I didn't want to. There was like one time in my life I streamed without pants, and I actually didn't like it because I had to keep thinking, okay, don't stand up, don't stand up, don't stand up. It's like cam
Oh
on
yeah,
all the
actually,
time.
very true.
If I didn't have cam, I probably would have gotten better at it.
Send a picture of the controller on your lap, because I do not believe that it will actually stand there without shorts, just saying.
I'm not taking my pants off again.
I don't think that this is very appropriate to comment. No.
Then having
Oh,
some trouble
Ven-
getting slowed down there and didn't get the voice line skip, so.
Also, yeah, I'm like not even a commentator, so I just fuck back off. I just wanted to
Oh,
record
Ven
that.
No, you're good.
did
They
not
hit it
manage to
too
break
shallow
through
of
the
an
fence.
angle, yeah. They still got
Yeah,
it
but
eventually. They seem to.
They hit like a stud, like the
Yep. The post.
like the post.
Uh-oh.
correct. Oh,
Well, they
Uh,
could just switch vehicles. That's all
nice
you gotta do.
walk. What is this? What is this?
That is an
It's a-
Oracle
Felon.
Felon?
Felon, yes.
Felon, yeah.
Felon GT. It's the two-door version of the two-door.
They're gonna get
Oracle-ish,
cops now.
whatever. Oh, will that give cops?
If they are unlucky, maybe it's gonna call.
Seems like they're gonna get away with it. Which, to be
Yeah,
honest, that could
probably.
be time save. I don't know. It's a pretty short drive, so it probably doesn't make a difference at this point. But it's not that bad to get rid of that truck they had.
If they would have switched in Sandy Shores, I'm pretty sure that they would have saved a lot of time actually.
Yeah, for sure. Now it's just
Just
too late
based-
to make a big difference.
Just based on how horrible the. Wait, what's it called? Oh, no.
The G-Wagon.
The
variant.
G-Wagon, yeah. How bad it is off-road.
I will say, Ven definitely knows all the strats and all the routes. Like, they haven't messed up. Dubsta, thank you.
That's
Couldn't
true,
bring
yeah.
it to my head. They know all the routes and they know all the strats. It's just a matter of putting it together. So, you know, if there's another tournament next year, we could see them doing much better. It's kind of interesting to compare to Wolf, who, I mean, not that they were already 7th last year, but they've improved. You've improved a bunch since then, from what I can
Well,
see.
speaking
so.
of the routes, this is not the one that we usually
Yeah,
take.
here I go saying, oh, they've got the routes down. It's just a matter of putting it together. Well,
big crash
they've
for
got a
him-
few
for them.
bits. Luckily, no tire damage. That is another benefit. I think I mentioned this a little bit, but the Doom Buggy doesn't really take damage, so you can crash on it and kind of beat on it without it messing things up.
Yeah, very true. And sadly, they did not PB.
Really, I think I have a feeling. I don't want to bring it up once they're in here, but they had a few crashes in the truck early, and that probably kind of. It's tough to come back from that mentally sometimes, I think.
Did the profile picture just get
Yeah, I was gonna